A 1 wattmeter is to be converted to 1 ammeter. The meter resistance is 100. The value of shunt resistance is A 0.001, B 0.1001, C 100, D 1000. The correct answer is 0.1001. The use of thermocouple meters for AC measurement leads to a scale which is A linear, B square law, C logarithmic, D exponential. The correct answer is square law. The scale of dynamometer wattmeter is non-linear. A true, B false, C, D. The correct answer is false. Magnetic deflection is inversely proportional to A voltage, B voltage 0.5, C voltage 1.5, D voltage 2. The correct answer is voltage 0.5. The most commonly used moving iron instruments are A repulsion type, B attraction type, C a combination of attraction and repulsion type, D none of the above. The correct answer is repulsion type. A moving iron instrument can be used for A DC only, B AC only, C both DC and AC, D DC and high frequency AC. The correct answer is both DC and AC. Two voltmeters are each 0-300 V range. Their internal resistances are 10K and 20K. They are connected in series and a voltage of 400 V is applied. Their readings respectively will be A 266.6 and 133.3 V, B 133.3 and 266.6 V, C 200 V each, D 100 and 300 V. The correct answer is 133.3 and 266.6 V. A 300 V voltmeter has an accuracy of 2 of full-scale deflection. When the reading is 222 V, the actual voltage A lies between 217.56 and 226.44 V. B lies between 217.4 and 226.6 V. C lies between 216 and 228 V. D is exact 222 V. The correct answer is lies between 216 and 228 V. In a thermocouple, two metal junctions between metals M1 and M2 are kept at temperature T1 and T2. The thermocouple EMF is produced because M1 M2 are similar and T1 T2 are equal. B M1 M2 are similar but T1 T2 are unequal. C M1 M2 are dissimilar but T1 T2 are equal. D M1 M2 are dissimilar but T1 T2 are unequal. The correct answer is M1 M2 are dissimilar but T1 T2 are unequal. The current through a resistance R is shown in figure. The computed value of power is A 400 0.42 watts, B 404.6 watts, C 408.85 watts, D 410.65 watts. The correct answer is 408.85 watts. The resistance in the circuit of the moving coil of a dynamometer wattmeter should be A very low, B low, C high, D almost zero. The correct answer is high. What would be the reading of voltmeter as shown in below figure? The voltmeter has a 0.1 V scale and is a 20,000 V meter. A 0.4545 V, B 0.082 V, C 0.82 V, D 4.54 V. The correct answer is 0.082 V. A temperature-sensitive transducer is subjected to sudden temperature change. It takes 10 seconds for transducer to reach equilibrium condition 5 times time constant. The time taken to reach half of temperature difference will be A 1.38 s, B 5 s, C 8.62 s, D 0.9 s. The correct answer is 1.38 s. Figure shows a Wheatstone bridge with RTD to 1 arm. If resistance of RTD 1020, the voltage V0 is A 49 mV, B 51 mV, C 48 mV, D 45 mV. The correct answer is 49 mV. The current passing through a resistance of 100 0.2 is 20.5 A. The limiting error in computation of power will be A 0.7, B 0.9, C 1.2, D 0.3. The correct answer is 1.2. If the secondary burden of a CT15 W and secondary current is 5A, the load impedance of CT is A 0.6, B 5, C 6, D 10. The correct answer is 0.6. Consider the following instruments: A1, 2 and 3, B1, 2 and 4, C1 and 2, D2, 3 and 4. The correct answer is 1 and 2. A0 150 voltmeter has a guaranteed accuracy of 1 of full scale reading. If actual reading is 83 V, the percentage error is A 0.83, B 1, C 1.81, D none of the above. The correct answer is 1.81. In a CRO, the frequency of output of time-based generator A is only one constant value, B is adjustable, C varies automatically, D either A or C. The correct answer is adjustable. If A 131.4 and B 106.4, the percentage range of doubt in AB is A 4, B 8, C 16, D 32. The correct answer is 32. Two resistance R1 and R2 are connected in series, R1 528.5 and R2 325.3. The total resistance will be A 853.2, B 853.5, C 853.3, D 853.8. The correct answer is 853.8. The function of shunt in an ammeter is to A. bypass the current, B. increase sensitivity of meter, C. increase resistance of meter, D. all of the above. The correct answer is bypass the current. Which of the following does not use the principle of change in inductance? A. LVDT, B. inductance displacement transducer, C. strain gauge, D. reluctance pickup. The correct answer is strain gauge. It is necessary to measure the amplitudes of two signals and also the phase difference between them. This can be done by using A. phase meter, B. waveform meter, C. vector voltmeter, D. digital voltmeter. The correct answer is waveform meter. A sinusoidal signal is measured by CRO. The scale is set at 4 mVcm. If vertical distance between positive and negative peaks is 6 cm, the peak value of AC signal is A 6 mV, B 12 mV, C 24 mV, D 3 mV. The correct answer is 12 mV. Wheatstone bridge is suitable for low resistances. A true, B false, C, D. The correct answer is false. To avoid creep in an energy meter, A2 shading bands are put on shunt magnet. B2 shading bands are put on series magnet. C2 holes are cut in the disc on opposite sides of spindle. D. The potential coil is made of very thin wire. The correct answer is 2 holes are cut in the disc on opposite sides of spindle. A wire strain gauge has a gauge factor of 2 resistance of 125 and length 1 m. If length of wire changes by .005 m, change in resistance will be A 0.25, B 0.5, C 1.25, D 2.5. The correct answer is 1.25. 4 voltmeters have following specifications. If accuracy is main consideration, which is the best? A 100 V2 mA, B 100 V100 mA, C 100 V1 mA, D 100 V0.1 mA. The correct answer is 100 V0.1 mA. The deflection of a Darsonval galvanometer is measured through a mirror and scale. The mirror is 1 m away from the light source. The mirror is mounted on the moving system. If mirror rotates through 0.2 rad, the displacement on the scale is A 0.2 m, B 0.4 m, C 0.1 m, D 0.05 m. The correct answer is 0.4 m. 2 ammeters having resistances of 0.5 and 0.25 and having full scale reading of 25 A each are connected in parallel. To ensure that neither of them goes beyond scale, the total current should not be more than A 50 A, B 37.5 A, C 25 A, D 40 A. The correct answer is 37.5 A. A polyphase wattmeter basically consists of 2 wattmeters. The moving system of 2 wattmeters, A are common, B are separate, C are generally common, D are generally separate. The correct answer is are common. The dead zone in a pyrometer is 0.125 of span. The calibration is 400 C to 1000 C. What temperature change might occur before it is detected? A 0.125 C, B 0.75 C, C 0.4 C, D 1 C. The correct answer is 0.75 C. The dimensions of force are A mlt2, B ml1t2, C mlt1, D ml2t2. The correct answer is mlt2. An amplifier has to amplify pulses of 1 Hz duration. The minimum bandwidth of amplifier must be A 10 kHz, B 10 MHz, C 1 kHz, D 1 MHz. The correct answer is 1 MHz. A moving coil meter has a resistance of 50 ohms and a full-scale deflection current of 20 mA. To convert it into a voltmeter of 0-100 V range, the series resistance should be A 5000, B 5050, C 4950, D 505. The correct answer is 4950. In measuring a resistance by voltmeter-ammeter method, the voltmeter can be connected either across supply or across the resistance. If the resistance is low, the voltmeters should be connected A across the supply, B across the resistance, C either in 2 positions, D preferably across the supply. The correct answer is across the resistance. Which of the following methods can be used to measure power in a single-phase circuit without using wattmeter? A 1 and 2 only, B 2 and 4 only, C 1 and 3 only, D 3 and 4 only. The correct answer is 3 and 4 only. For measurement of surface temperature of solids, the elements of RTD is usually in the shape of A bar, B coil, C flat grid, D either A or B. The correct answer is flat grid. As per BIS, the number of accuracy classes of instrument is A5, B6, C7, D8. The correct answer is 8. In most of instruments, the controlling torque is provided by A fluid fraction, B spring, C eddy current, D either A or C. The correct answer is eddy current. A 0-200V voltmeter has a sensitivity of 1 K per volt. The resistance of voltmeter is A 1 K, B 200 K, C 100 K, D 50 K. The correct answer is 200 K. DC ampere-ammeter is an indicating instrument. A true, B false, C, D. The correct answer is false. The accuracy of measurement by ohmmeter is very good. A true, B false, C, D. The correct answer is false. Hayes bridge is suitable for inductances having low LR ratio. A true, B false, C, D. The correct answer is false. Moving iron instrument can be used for AC only. A true, B false, C, D. The correct answer is false. In electronic voltmeters, the measuring device is A moving coil instrument, B moving iron instrument, C dynamometer instrument, D none of the above. The correct answer is moving coil instrument. An ammeter has a resistance of 50 ohms and a shunt of 0.01. The deflection is: if the shunt resistance is increased to 0.02, the deflection will be A, B2, C 0.5, D 0.25. The correct answer is 2. The AC bridge in figure is balanced. Z1 130, Z2 150, 0, Z3 250, 40, then Z4. A 375, 70. B 375, 70. C 150, 0. D 150, 20. The correct answer is 375, 70.